Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your body is just a little slower to get going than it used to be? Maybe your knees creak a bit, your energy feels low, and even the idea of making breakfast feels like a task. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Aging changes as it's true, but here's the thing: most people don't realize it doesn't mean you have to slow down completely or feel like your best days are behind you. Asterisk, in fact. Many people over 60 are discovering that life can be even better, richer, more joyful, and more fulfilling if you make a few small changes to your daily habits. We're not talking about running marathons or overhauling your whole life overnight. No, this is about small, steady, beautiful steps that add up. Tiny daily habits that help you feel stronger, think clearer, and wake up with more energy and purpose. Asterisk, today. I want to share something close to my heart: 10 simple but powerful habits that can help you live brighter after 60. These aren't complicated or expensive. Just small things that, when done consistently, can change how you feel from the inside out. And the best part? It's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, these habits can bring real joy, strength, and health back into your life. Asterisk. Let's start right where the day begins, with how you begin your morning. You know how you start your day often sets the tone for everything else. And yet many of us roll out of bed stiff, sluggish, and already feeling behind. But imagine if your mornings started a little differently, with purpose, calm, and care. Asterisk 1. Of the most powerful habits you can build is simply creating a gentle morning routine. It's not a rigid schedule or a long to-do list, just a soft, kind ritual that tells your body and mind, I'm here and I care about me. It might be stretching your arms overhead as you breathe in deeply while still in bed. It might be sitting quietly with your tea, listening to the birds before the rest of the world wakes up. These tiny acts of self-love are more important than they seem. They send a message to your brain and body that you're not rushing, you're not surviving, you're living. Asterisk, you might start by taking a 5-minute walk outside. Or if the weather isn't friendly, just pacing gently through your hallway while you move your shoulders and hips a bit. These small movements wake up the joints and help you feel more mobile and ready for the day. And when done daily, they improve balance, reduce stiffness, and even help your mood. Asterisk, speaking of mood, let's talk about the second habit: feeding your spirit. Not your stomach, not your calendar, but your spirit. Because as we grow older, one of the silent battles many face is loneliness. Kids are grown, work may have ended, routines have changed. And suddenly, there's quiet, too much of it. TV fills the room, but not the heart. That's why it's so important to connect with people, yes, but also with yourself. Asterisk, you don't need a crowd or constant company to feel alive. Sometimes, it's about creating small moments that make you smile. Maybe it's reading a poem you love. Maybe it's sitting outside with the sun on your face. Or maybe it's something as simple as writing one thing you're grateful for each morning on a little notepad. That's a habit that has transformed lives, and it's so easy to start. It shifts your focus away from what's wrong, what's missing, or what hurts, and brings your attention back to what's beautiful, even if it's small. Asterisk, a warm cup of tea in your favorite mug. A memory that makes you smile. The sound of wind in the trees. These are not little things. They are your life. And when you train your mind to notice them, to pause and appreciate them, you become richer, happier, and that feeling builds day by day. Asterisk now. Let's gently ease into the third habit: staying hydrated. I know it sounds basic, but you'd be surprised how many people over 60 are quietly dehydrated without realizing it. As we age, our sense of thirst gets a bit dull. Don't always notice we're thirsty until it's too latent. It's we're dizzy, foggy, or just plain tired. But water is life. Truly, it cushions our joints, keeps our skin fresh, supports digestion, and even helps our brain work better. Asterisk, so here's a simple tip. Keep a glass or bottle of water in plain sight, maybe near your favorite chair, on your kitchen counter, or by your bed, and take small sips throughout the day. If plain water isn't appealing, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or even a splash of juice. Herbal teas count too. The key is consistency, not guzzling a liter at once, but giving your body a steady supply of what it needs to function well. Asterisk, and here's a little secret. Not drinking enough water can actually make you feel older than you are. It can make your skin look tired, your muscles feel sore, and your energy drag. But once you start making hydration a gentle habit, you'll begin to notice a shift, clearer thinking, a little more spark in your step. Asterisk. So, let's pause here for a moment. You've just learned 3 beautiful habits that can bring health, joy, and strength into your days. Starting with a mindful morning, feeding your spirit with gratitude and connection, staying hydrated with care. Asterisk, none of these require a gym membership, a special diet, or big changes. It's just a little more attention, a little more kindness toward yourself. And that's the real secret to living brighter after 60. It's not about chasing youth, it's about embracing you. Right now, as you are, and giving yourself what you truly deserve. Asterisk, let's keep going. There's so much more ahead, and the next habit we'll talk about can change how your entire day feels physically, mentally, and emotionally. Now that we've laid the foundation with gentle mornings, feeding your spirit, and staying hydrated, let's talk about a habit that truly changes everything, moving your body with love, not punishment. Asterisk, you see, somewhere along the way, society convinced us that exercise had to be hard, that it had to hurt, that it was something only young people did in loud gyms with heavy weights and sweatbands. But that's simply not true. Movement, at its core, is a celebration of life, and after 60, it becomes even more important. Not just to look a certain way, but to feel a certain way. Asterisk, you don't need to run or lift heavy things to be strong. You need to move every day in ways that your body enjoys. That could be a slow walk after lunch, gentle stretches in the living room, dancing to your favorite music while making dinner, or even gardening. Yes, gardening counts. Digging, reaching, squatting, these are real movements that keep joints healthy and muscles engaged. Asterisk, the goal isn't to exhaust yourself, it's to stay fluid. Think of your body like a river. When it flows, it stays clear and alive. When it stops, things get stiff, blocked, and murky. So the habit here is simple. Move a little every day. Even 10 minutes makes a difference. And don't wait until you feel motivated. The truth is, motivation comes after you move, not before. Start small, and then something magical happens. Your mood lifts, your blood flows, and your body whispers, "Thank you." Asterisk. And you don't have to do it alone. Call a friend for a stroll. Join a community center with chair yoga. There's even gentle movement videos online made just for seniors. You're not weak for going slow. You're wise for going steady. Asterisk. And while we're talking about strength, let's shift to something that many people overlook, fueling your body with real joyful food. After 60, your body's needs change. You might notice that big, heavy meals leave you feeling bloated or tired, or that sugar gives you a quick high, then leaves you drained. That's your body asking for gentler, nourishing support. Asterisk, this habit isn't about dieting or depriving yourself. It's about adding more of the good stuff. Think colorful foods, greens, berries, sweet potatoes, beans, nuts. Foods that come from the earth, not factories. These give you vitamins, fiber, and energy that lasts. Asterisk, and don't forget protein. Many older adults don't get enough of it, and that leads to weak muscles and slower healing. You don't need a steak every night, just include a little bit in every meal. This could be eggs, lentils, tofu, yogurt, or fish. Just a palm-sized portion can make a big difference. Asterisk, and yes, treats are fine. Enjoy that slice of pie or scoop of ice cream, but make it special, not routine. Your taste buds might crave sweetness, but your body wants balance. And the more you feed it what it truly needs, the better you'll feel. Asterisk, sometimes people say I'm too old to change how I eat, but you're not. Every meal is a chance to give your body a little more life. Start small. Maybe swap one sugary snack for a handful of nuts or a banana, or add a spoon of chia seeds to your yogurt. These tiny changes add up, and they're a beautiful form of self-care. Asterisk now. While your body thrives on movement and good food, your mind needs care too. That brings us to another habit that often gets forgotten: keeping your brain active and curious. Asterisk. After retirement or slowing down from the hustle of work, it's easy to fall into routines that don't challenge the brain anymore. But the brain is like a muscle. It needs to be stretched, worked, and surprised. And the beautiful thing is, learning doesn't stop just because we've turned 60, in fact. This is the perfect time to explore new things. Asterisk, have you ever wanted to learn a language? Pick up painting, try a new instrument, or write your life story? These aren't just hobbies, they're lifelines for your mental health. They build new connections in the brain, help with memory, focus, even prevent cognitive decline. Asterisk, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Try reading a book that's outside your usual genre. Play word games. Challenge your grandkids to a puzzle competition. Sign up for a community class. Even watching documentaries and discussing them with friends can ignite your curiosity again. Asterisk, the habit is this: never stop learning. Keeps your spirit alive and your brain bright. You are not too old to be curious. In fact, your years give you a richer lens through which to see and understand the world. Asterisk, let's pause for a second and breathe. Look at all the gentle, life-giving habits you're already opening yourself up to. You're waking with purpose, feeding your spirit, drinking your water, moving your body with kindness, eating with care, and keeping your mind active. Asterisk, and that brings us to a habit that might sound simple, but is often the hardest: asking for help when you need it. We were raised to be strong, independent, to take care of others, not be taken care of. But as we get older, needing help doesn't mean weakness, it means wisdom. Asterisk, whether it's asking a neighbor to reach a high shelf, having a friend drive you to an appointment, or simply saying, "I'm feeling a little lonely today. Can we talk?" These are acts of courage. And the truth is, people want to help. They really do. They often don't know what we need unless we tell them. Asterisk, so the habit here is about staying connected and open, not bottling things up, not pretending everything is okay when it isn't. It's okay to need others. It's human. And in return, you give people the gift of being needed, which is a powerful gift, especially in our later years. Asterisk, and don't forget, connection goes both ways. Reaching out to offer help is just as important. Maybe you call a friend to check in or bake something for a neighbor. These acts of connection don't just help others, they lift your own heart too. Asterisk, we are meant to live in community, not isolation. And no matter your age, background, or situation, you belong right here, right now. There's still so much light in you. So much life. And these habits are simply ways to let that light shine more freely, more fully. Asterisk, so take a breath. Let this sink in. You're not just surviving, you're growing. And every single step you take toward health, joy, strength is a beautiful choice. Asterisk, let's keep walking together on this journey. The next habit we'll talk about is one that brings peace, calm, and healing, not just to your day, but to your whole life. Let's take a gentle breath together as we move into a habit that often gets overlooked, but might just be the most powerful of them all. Rest. Real rest. Not just lying on the couch or zoning out in front of the TV, but deep, nourishing, peaceful. Rest that lets your body heal and your mind reset. Asterisk, it's easy to brush this one aside, especially if you've spent most of your life pushing through. You might even feel guilty about slowing down or taking naps. But here's the truth. Rest is not a luxury, it's a lifeline, especially after 60 when your body is working a little. Harder to maintain balance, strength, and energy. Asterisk, think about it. Everything in nature rests. Trees lose their leaves. Animals hibernate. The ocean has tides. Yet somehow we've told ourselves that slowing down means we're falling behind. But it's quite the opposite. Rest is how we move forward with strength and clarity. Asterisk. So how do we make rest a habit? It starts with listening to your body. If you're tired, truly tired, give yourself permission to lie down. Even a 20-minute nap in the afternoon can do wonders for your mood, memory, and blood pressure. And at night, make your bedroom a place of peace. Dim the lights earlier. Turn off the noise. Maybe sip a calming tea. Let your body know that sleep is coming, not as a battle, but as a gift. Asterisk, you deserve that rest. You've earned it again and again. And when you honor your body's need to pause, you actually give yourself more strength for the moments that matter. Asterisk. Now, let's talk about another kind of healing emotional rest. This next habit is one that's tender and powerful. Letting go of past burdens. Over the years, we all collect emotional weight regrets, grudges, sadness, or guilt. And sometimes we carry these feelings quietly for decades, tucked into the corners of our hearts. Asterisk, but there comes a time when we have to ask, is this burden still serving me? Or is it just weighing me down? Asterisk, letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It simply means you're choosing peace over pain. You're choosing to set the heavy bag down and walk forward a little lighter. Asterisk. Oh, maybe it's forgiving someone who never apologized. Maybe it's forgiving yourself. Or maybe it's just saying that chapter is closed and I'm ready for a new one. You can do this through journaling, talking to someone you trust, or simply sitting quietly and breathing through the old hurt until it softens. Asterisk, you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not too old to start again. Healing is always possible. Asterisk. And with that, we come to the final habit. It's the one that ties all the others together and turns daily life into something truly beautiful. Living with intention. This means waking up each day and choosing how you want to show up, not just drifting through, but deciding what matters most to you now. Asterisk, you might ask yourself each morning, what's one thing I want to feel today? Maybe it's calm, maybe it's connection, maybe it's laughter. Then you ask, what can I do to move toward that? It could be something tiny, a phone call to an old friend, listening to your favorite music, walking in the garden, or even watching the sunset with full attention. Asterisk, living with intention doesn't mean having a packed schedule. It means choosing what fills you up and gently letting go of what drains you. It means making time for the things that make you feel alive, not just busy. Asterisk, when you live this way, you stop measuring days by how much you got done. You start measuring them by how much you felt, how much you loved, how present you were. An asterisk. And you know what? That's what living brighter really means. Asterisk, you don't need to do all these habits perfectly. Life isn't perfect. Some days you'll skip the walk. Some days the water will go untouched. That's okay. What matters is your direction, not perfection. Every time you choose one of these habits, you're choosing you, your health, your joy, your strength. Asterisk, you've spent a lifetime giving to others, building families, holding communities together, working hard. Now it's your time to receive, to breathe, to enjoy what you've built, and to keep building a life that brings you peace and pride. Asterisk. Let's take a moment to reflect together on everything we've shared. Asterisk. You've learned how to greet your mornings with purpose and calm. You've discovered the beauty of staying hydrated, moving gently, and feeding your body with love. You've explored how to keep your mind curious, how to ask for help and offer it, how to rest deeply, and how to let go of the old stories that no longer serve you. You've remembered what it feels like to live with intention. Asterisk, each of these habits is a seed. You don't have to plant them all at once. Choose one, nurture it, let it grow, then add another. Over time, you'll look back and realize your life didn't just change. You changed. Gently, steadily, beautifully. Asterisk, before we end, I want to remind you of something important. It's never too late. Not to heal. Not to grow. Not to fall in love with your life again. The world needs your light, your stories, your wisdom. Not done yet, not by a long shot, asterisk. So take that walk. Write that poem. Call that friend. Rest when you need it. Dance when you feel it. Laugh loudly. Love deeply. And live with the kind of joy that only comes when you stop waiting and start living. Asterisk, if this message touched your heart, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Which habit will you start with? Helped you feel stronger or happier after 60? Asterisk, and if you found value in this video, please please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're building a kind and uplifting community here, and you are a vital part of it. Asterisk, here's to you living, fully aging gracefully and shining brighter than ever. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.